Now I would like to invite Jerzy Kozyra. Jerzy is a climatologist working a lot with carbon agriculture recently. So please, Jerzy, the floor is yours. And also please try to keep the time.
Oh, good morning. Can you hear me, Magda?
Yes, we can hear you and we can see you as well. Thank you.
So my topic for today is carbon farming, agriculture for the challenges of the 21st century. I'm a climate change scientist, so I see the challenges, the climate change mostly, but we also have to talk also about the loss of diversity. But when we concentrate on climate change, we have to think about drought. We have to think about the heat waves and fires. That will be the risk for the agriculture. But carbon farming should combat the climate change. So it's the new model of agriculture that will be promoted in the future. What is carbon farming? Carbon farming is land management mostly. It's land management activity that removes carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and results in increased carbon storage in living biomass, that organic matter and soil by increasing or reducing carbon release in the atmosphere also. So it's not a simple model. The carbon farming have a different dimension. And other definition of carbon farming is a green business model for farmers. It means that farmers can have additional income from the using practices that in consequences storage carbon in the soil, but also a reduction of emission, which is more complicated activities. And as we know that this the farming is not a deal of carbon policy for now. And we have the protest about the Green Deal of farmers that can stop this kind of activities or the regulation concerning the reduction of emission from agriculture. But nevertheless, these two definitions are on the table of EU. When we talk about carbon farming, we should talk about the carbon cycle in agriculture. So CO2 is needed for plants, but when we think about carbon cycle, we also have to think about the export carbon from the field to the consumers. And then we have some need to add additional biomass to the soil to have this cycle of the carbon in agriculture. So the main practice is what we have to do to close the cycle, to close the loop, is increase productivity is one of the solution by rotation, could be agroforestry or cover crops. We have to use more crop residue plugging in the soil. We also can import organic waste into the soil by using manure compost. Also, another tool is fire prevention, because when you have fires in agriculture, so a lot of carbon can be released to the atmosphere back. And Two other practices are reducing the mineralization of soil by, for example, no tillage systems or a proper water management, which is crucial for the proper cyclone management. And of course, erosion reduction is one of the principles of the carbon farming. And there is three models for supporting carbon farming. So the first model is action-based carbon farming. So this is schemes under which a farmer or landowner receives payment for the implementation of specific cultivation activities and regardless of the resulting of impact. So we don't care about the results. We know that practices that we propose for farmers are efficient in case of carbon cycle. The second model is results-based carbon farming. So this is schemes under which a farmer or landowner receives a payment for reducing net greenhouse gas emission from land or other activities. And the payment is for the reduction, for the results. And because the third model is hybrid model that combine the first and the second model. And sometimes we count the results, sometimes not. And we have some example of the implementation of the first model of carbon farming, so not result-based, but practice-based in the strategic plan of CAP and Green Deal as a part of the common agricultural policy in Poland in the years 2023-2027. There was elaborating eco-schemes that are payment schemes in agriculture aiming at the protection of environment and climate. The key element, it's a key element of common agricultural policy. And for Poland, in Poland, several practices were selected as carbon farming activities. So first one is extensive use of permanent grassland with livestock. The second is winter catch crops or intercropping system. Two other activities are regarding the fertilization plan and use soil sampling for the fertilization plan management. Other is diversification of crop structure and the manner use of arable land or application on liquid natural fertilizer. In Polish strategic plan also it is supported no-till cropping systems or mixing straw with the soil. So as we see, the principle of carbon farming techniques are included. So we'll see in the future how many farmers use this program to support the management. The other thing is promote carbon farming techniques. In the frame of the project financed by Interreg Central Europe, as a group, we defined what carbon farming should do. So first thing that it should be concerned as a carbon farming is to add external carbon to the soil. The second thing is incorporate by plants through the photosynthesis bound atmospheric CO2 to the soil. So in other words, we have to care about the crop rotation. And the third one is avoid losses, so prevent losses. So these three components should be connected to the carbon farming practices. And we need testing carbon farming practices to evaluate the result, to evaluate the support for farming in case of climate change, and evaluate how much carbon we can store in the soil. And we also, what we don't have is carbon farming business models. So we also need activities for testing this carbon farming business model to disseminate the knowledge or for the farmers. And as Jarek was talking in the previous presentation, carbon farming needs to be mainstreaming. So increase the share, increase the knowledge, increase the practices. And based on this project, we started pilot actions in Central Europe. You can learn more about these activities using the web page of this project. But what I like to point it out that we are testing practices in 3 different countries. We selected these practices. We ran the field experiment, and this is the example of these practices. For example, the practices use of the organic fertilization we are testing in Poland, Hungary, and Italy. For example, agroforestry we are testing in Poland and Germany, and reducing tillage in different extent we are testing in Italy, Poland, and Hungary. So I hope in the near future I will have more details about this pilot action and other activities and in this project. I think that could be a good platform to cooperate also between BioRural project, and we can meet also with others partners from this project to talk and discuss the bioeconomy issue. So thank you very much for your time, and thank you for the invitation.